Hey Dub here. Thank you for visiting my channel. I hope that you appreciate the content. This is just a friendly reminder that this channel is partially sponsored by a trio, which is a service where content creators can find opportunities for other sponsorships. So if you do visit atrio.com and you do sign up, please use the code KDUB4, KAYDU4, and that will help out my channel. Much appreciated. Enjoy the content. Hey y'all, this is KDub0415 and we are continuing our Let's Play Paradise Killer series. So last time we got some information from Yuri Knight, we investigated the crime scene, and now we have some questions for the Grand Marshal who is guarding Henry Division, who is possessed by a demon. So we're going to go ahead and talk to the Grand Marshal up here and get more information. Hello.
What the hell?
Pardon? I'm calling you something unspeakable in my native language.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
Good to see you again, Akiko. Grand Marshal Akiko 14. Born in Mihai Day, Romania in AD 991 under the sign of New Knight. The Grand Marshal recruits, trains, and leads her marshals in any military activity the Syndicate performs. Akiko was born an orphan in Mihai Day, Romania during the reign of the gods. She was drafted into the army of New Knight as Damned Harmony's forces pushed across Eastern Europe. At age 13, she was leading guerrilla operations after excelling at hand-to-hand and weapons-based combat. When the Great Betrayal happened, she fled to join the Syndicate. New Knight had given her a home and a purpose. She had no intention of forsaking her god. I'll brief you on the murder. Let's play along.
Sure.
I'm listening. There's always a first time, I suppose. Henry Division has been incarcerated for a decade. Before his incarceration, he was arrested multiple times for arson, robbery, assault, and attempted celestial rituals. Thank you for the information. He had been under watch by his school and served a short jail time for attempting to communicate with the gods and a failed ritual. 1 year later, he succeeded in communicating with the gods. Demons poured in through the psychic pathways he opened. Henry was possessed by a demon and killed his mother in their apartment. We arrested him, but he had already tainted the island. We sealed off the area around his apartment, concrete sarcophagus over the dead zone. Henry resisted arrest and murdered our chief exorcist, Gray's bloodlines. He's been kept here in a desolation cell full of inhibitors ever since.
Wow.
So how did he escape? I removed him from his cell and took him to the ritual stone. The blood pools in the recesses of the stone and stops the tainted liquid from touching the island. That Labaji took his chance when I opened the cell. He pushed me aside and then he was gone. This was at 23:52.
Don't test
You appear uninjured. This is Mashihiro Heavy Industries Bleeding Edge Shikagawa Power Armor. The armor wasn't enough to stop a citizen. When you face the demon in battle, you get the comment, freak. How did Henry get a murder weapon? He took my combat knife, supposedly. When he escaped in the struggle, he grabbed my knife. Did he attack you? No, he took it and ran. Where did you find him? Outside the council building at 003. He was passed out, the demon did its work and left him broken. He had the knife with him. I attempted to secure the crime scene, but was unable to. We are not able to traverse the second holy seal. Foreign language and wrap this up so we can execute him and go to the next island, Love Dies. Our orders are to investigate before we execute him. Don't drag this out. Do your work and let me do mine. Here's my report about last night. Yay. And a report on his history. And then Dr. Doomjazz left his medical report with me as well. I'll take it. Doomjazz examined Henry. When we found him, we called the doctor. It's standard practice to get him to examine. Speak to Doomjazz if you want to know more. This is Dr. Doomjazz's medical report for Henry. Doomjazz examined him last night after his arrest. Syndicate Health Assessment Document Citizen Version. Examination instructions state that citizens should be examined but not administer medication or care beyond what is necessary. Patient's body is strong but fatigued, shows clear signs of possession, scarring, burns, and arcane sigils. Blood work shows no sign of abnormalities or
That's
intoxication.
weird.
Patient had visible blood around the mouth. Tests showed this blood matches several victims of the council murder.
The investigator
Further
is
samples
here.
confirm that blood was ingested via the mouth and within the stomach of the patient, likely ingested during the attack. Maybe. Patient appears free from mental illness but is suffering from amnesia, a common side effect of demonic possession. Patient has no memory of the decades since his possession. Patient doesn't remember anything about the events of tonight. Collapse most likely due to extreme exhaustion from overexertion. During the patient's possession 10 years ago, arcane sigils were seared into his flesh by the possessing demon. These symbols were drawn in blood at the crime scene. Since no exorcism was performed 10 years ago, Henry has been tortured by the demon contained within him.
Sure.
During prior examinations, patient has complained about the white-hot rage inside of him. The patient's body had the correct dosage of demonic inhibitors. My final assessment is that the demon within the patient managed to overcome the inhibitors at a crucial moment. The patient escaped under the will of the demon with no memory of it having happened.
Got it.
Well, everything checks out. That's the official report anyway.
Sure.
This is where Henry started from, according to Akiko. She claims he broke free at 2352 and was found at 0003. Starlight can crunch the numbers.
That's strange.
The distance and times don't match
What
up.
the hell?
He couldn't have broken free, made it to the penthouse, breached all 4 holy seals, killed the council, and have got back to the penthouse entrance to be found in the time Akiko claims. Alright, let's get some information from you, Grand Marshal. You got a lot of explaining to do. Let's go ahead and just go ahead with Henry's escape. Okay, is this standard procedure? Why were you on your own when Henry escaped? It was just one pulled up prisoner that was supposed to be sedated. Why not take a squad of marshals just to be sure? I'll admit hubris. My marshals do not come to the next island with us. They engaged in their final prayers. I wanted them to have one last moment of happiness before being wiped out. Soldiers aren't supposed to know happiness when duty has to be done. How did Henry escape if he was sedated? Basically, he played us. The inhibitors need to be stronger. The report says they were the correct dosage. Well, if the demon tricked us, though. If the demon could slow Henry's body down, the dosage of inhibitors need to be lower. The demon maintains this act, and then when the time comes, he drops the pretense and makes his move. Is that likely? As likely as anything, no Rosito. Not that it matters, it is what happened. How did the bars at the bridge get broken? Henry broke through them. How did a citizen break through the bars? The strength of a demon. Use your head. Starlight's analysis of the residue on the bar says that it was explosives. Starlight is wrong. Your little machine is trying to analyze something demonic and doing the best it can. How did Henry manage to escape? I thought I gave you my report. I must have been dreaming or
I
hallucinating.
don't like this.
Okay, I get it. Tell me about your movements last night. I need your alibi. Have you read my report? Were you listening to what I told you? Este o
I
gluma?
need to investigate this.
It doesn't include what you did between Henry escaping and being found. I called witness when it happened. At 2352? Yes, then at 2352. Then I ordered my marshals to secure other syndicate members. What about the council? My best marshals were guarding them. They reported an all clear. But then they were killed.
Do you want to die?
Is this a joke to you? Do you want to die by my hand?
Got it.
What did you do next? I went back to the barracks to organize the search for Henry. I found where he had torn the prison bridge bars apart to escape. And he could have been anywhere. The Holy Seal marshals stopped responding. That's when we found Henry outside the council building. What time was this? 0003? That's precise. Being precise is my job.
Got it.
Can anyone collaborate this? The word of the Grand Marshal isn't good enough for you? No, it is not.
The truth remains
An investigator
obscured.
can't go off your word. Witness will confirm the phone call. My marshals will confirm the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Crime cannot
Can I see your phone
hide.
records, please? My records are classified. You're refusing to give evidence. Classified. Neno.
Got it.
Classified Neno Rosito. I get it. Do you know who killed the... I took a blood sample from the dead marshals. They don't match marshal records. Rahat is this now?
Like this.
I don't think those dead bodies are marshals. That is a total Rahat investigator. Probably means lie or something like that.
Got it.
Starlight ran samples. Are you saying... I'm saying Starlight got it wrong. Your little pocket calculator is wrong. Starlight connects to the central syndicate. It's wrong. Why wasn't the maintenance grate checked before the council entered the building? It was, several days ago. It's since been tampered with and your marshals didn't catch it. It's a security breach on your watch. I'll look into it. A little late now. Do you think the knife used to kill the first Holy Seal marshals was the one taken by Henry? It's like I'm talking to myself sometimes. Of course I do. Can you describe it? It's a smooth-bladed combat knife.
Sure.
You're positive about the smoothness of the blade? Yes. It hadn't been used before now. My old knife became damaged during a training exercise recently. Uh-huh. Can I see your sword, please? There had better be a stunning reason why you're asking. I'm checking a lead about the weapon used to murder the marshals. Do not disgrace their memory by chasing wild theories.
I have a bad feeling
Guess
about
what? A
this.
theory actually has evidence to support it, so it's more like a hypothesis at this point. Akiko. Here. This sword has seen some use. The blade is nicked. A nicked blade is consistent with the neck wounds on the marshals.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akiko. What can you tell me about the guards at the First Holy Seal? Soldiers of honor, my two most trusted soldiers.
Ow.
How did Henry get the jump on two highly ranked marshals? It's easy to judge a mock when you haven't lived through hell. Neno Rosito. A demon is a vile foe, unpredictable, frenzied, blood-crazed. My marshals will have fought valiantly, but an unknown foe overcame them. Don't get busy. Unknown. Demons come from all corners of the heavens. It is impossible to know how each acts or fights. Why haven't the bodies of the marshals been cleared away? Judge ordered me to leave them for you to investigate. I protested. They deserve better than to be poked at by someone playing detective. Thanks. Do you know anything about the Second Holy Seal? What do you know about the Second Holy Seal? I know the... whatever in the cell got through it and killed the council. I also know you're wasting time and not executing him. I'm not convinced, that's why. Did you see Yuri Knight last night? You're making me mad. Who cares what his alibi is? The murderer is in the cage. Whatever, man. Do you know where KHX is? No, he's been missing for several days.
The
Have you searched for him?
investigator is here.
What do you think? My marshals conducted a brief search, but we are stretched thin at the end of an island. There are several thousand citizens that need rounding up and taking to the slaughter ritual. Do you have any suspicions about what happened to him? No, if he wants to disappear, then let him.
Got it.
Even though a mass murder happened last night? He didn't do it. Henry did. Of course.
Paradise feels
Do you really believe Henry
wrong.
did this? Every bit of security breached by a citizen? Okay, Labaji isn't a normal citizen. He's possessed by a demon. Of course I believe he did. He broke free when I was there, and we found him outside the council building. You don't have any doubts? Are you stupid? Can you think of anyone that has a motive for the crime? Yeah, Labaji in the cell did it. Don't
The
waste my time.
investigator
Whatever.
is here.
You can't think of anyone else with a motive for killing the council and threatening the entire structure of the syndicate? What do you
I have a
think?
bad feeling
Is that
about
a... Alright, well, what about your motive? Have you got a motive, Akiko? I don't have a motive. I'm a soldier. Soldiers have honor and live to serve.
I'm glad to be back.
I'll assume that's a no then. I don't want to hang out with this woman. May your night be bright, and may you reach the moon. So let's say hi to Henry Division.
Henry Division.
Who the F are you?
Division.
Henry Division, the prime suspect. A citizen born to Rena Division 27 years ago's father unknown. Arrested multiple times by the marshals for assault, robbery, arson, and torture. Imprisoned in the desolation cell after killing his mother during his possession 10 years ago. Intellectual and creative, but finds it difficult to apply himself, he struggled through his schoolwork until he became aware of demonology and suddenly developed an interest in occult mathematics. I said, who the F are you? I'm an investigator.
Sure.
I want to ask you some questions about last night.
Have a nice
Okay, let's have a chat. Have a chat, a talk, a nice sit
Got
down.
it.
Let's start with your history. You're a citizen born on this island 27 years ago?
Nanny, the hell?
No one knows who your father is? That's weird. As an investigator, you syndicate Fs controlled this whole island, but you don't know who Who effed my mom? No DNA check? Nothing.
Don't test me.
You've been in and out of the Marshall Detention Center more times than anyone else.
Crime is repulsive.
Fighting, robbery, arson, torture, and then finally you got locked up when you were possessed by a demon and killed your mother. You broke the law and started communicating with the gods.
When love
An act
dies,
forbidden because the
all
psychic
that
pathways
remains
opened
are the facts.
allow demons, other alien races to enter our reality and corrupt the island. I grew up without dad on a synthetic island in a different reality, forced to worship gods that want to rule the world. I needed something to do. And some F started giving me books on demonology, said I was a gifted astral communicator or some crap.
Sure.
You don't know who it was? Are you effing deaf? Sounds like I need to look into this. Sounds like I need to look into this. I'm going to need a drink after this. I'm going
When
to...
love dies,
Stop it!
well,
You couldn't handle communicating with cosmic beings and a demon possessed you. Cosmic radiation poured out of you and now we have the dead zone. A demon possessed you and you killed your mother and Gray's bloodlines, our chief exorcist. Whatever you effing say.
I don't
No memory
like this.
of that? Fragments. You ever tried to catch a fish with your bare hands? The trick is to put your hand in the water and let the fish get used to it. Eventually the fish will swim into your hand and you can grab it. Grab too early and it gets away. Take your hand out because the water is too cold and you start all over again. That's what it's like for me in my memories. It might have happened, it probably happened, it definitely happened, it never happened. All of those are the same to me.
Of course.
Are we going to effing get down to some actual questioning or what?
Sure.
Before that, tell me about the demon inside you.
I must be the bad
I've had
guy,
10 years of
right?
this effing thing writhing around inside me, glass shards in my bones, blood boiling, flesh on fire. It's been a real effing party. How does the demon make you act? My body used to be real pretty, now look at me. I'm a gray husk covered in this demonic crap. These sigils constantly cook my flesh, 10 years of the stench of my own flesh being seared. I'd say it's had a pretty negative impact on my outlook and behavior. You got any effing questions or what?
Henry's demonic possession.
Alright, so a decade ago, Henry became possessed by a demon, killing his mother and allowing demonic corruption to spill out into the world. The area around his apartment was sealed off and became the dead zone. During his arrest, he killed the syndicate exorcist Gray's bloodlines. For the last 10 years, he has been contained and sedated in the desolation cell with inhibitors. So I'm just going to hang out with him for a second. Let's talk,
The
Henry.
investigator
I need to know
is
more about
here.
you. Tell me about your childhood. Oh, you know, the usual: enslaved, forced to worship nightmare gods, that kind of thing. How do you people sleep at night? You abduct us from the real world and use us as cattle. That is pretty messed up. This whole thing is messed up.
What?
The investigator is
What?
here.
24 islands and we're no closer to our goal. All we've done is churn through citizens and lose each other to murder and demonic invasions. So why are you here? The cycle will continue one way or another. I'm trying to make it the best I can. Whatever. So that we get a relationship increase. So we can look at our case files here. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? Of course I saw her. She was supposed to execute me, right? I don't remember a effing thing, but that's what was supposed to happen, right? What's your motive for killing the council? Is that a joke, investigator? You syndicate Fs drag us citizens from the real world onto your crap hole island and treat us like cattle. We worship your gods while you leech our psychic energy. I hate you, I hate the syndicate, I hate your council. That's my motive. I don't know about anyone else, especially all you syndicate Fs.
Sure.
What about the demon inside of you?
The demon
I can feel it on the edge of my consciousness all the time. Shadows on the periphery of my
I
vision.
don't like this.
Did it make you kill? This demon is pure rage, white hot. Scalding rage has burned my mind for a decade. The demon wants to see this island scorched into nothing. I'd do anything to placate it. Did you kill the council and martial guards?
The demon wants to see
I don't
his
remember.
island
I've been told I
scorched
killed
into
them.
nothing.
Maybe I did. My memory is fleeting, like mirages in the desert that disappear when I get close. Do you remember anything about the night? New Night.
What the hell?
New Night, the warrior goddess? My mind is like a desert covered in a fog. I can see things coming out of the fog, and sometimes I can walk towards them and latch on. My memory about last night is different. There's nothing there. No fog, no desert, just an expanse. Except I can see new light.
Sure.
Did someone say new light to you last night? No, I don't know. Maybe. I think I saw the goddess. You saw a goddess. Was this before or after you were found by the marshals? I don't effing know, investigator. Why don't you go and find out instead of making me do your job? This island has lots of statues of the gods. I need to find the statue of New Night. She's the goddess of warriors. The barracks may be a good place to start. Did you see Yuri last night? Who is that? Did you kill the marshals? Outside the council building? Yes.
I
No.
spent my
If you say so.
entire
No memory?
life trapped.
Are you beginning to get the hint? Henry, did you go through the second holy seal? The what?
Ooh,
Did
the
you go
investigator
to a
is
plateau
here.
on barely known planet in space to get to the council last night?
Of course!
Can you even hear yourself? What the F does any of that mean? No memory? You're beginning to get it. Can you remember anything before you
The
escaped?
demon wants
Agitation,
to see
screams
this
inside
island
me. They
scorched
woke
into
me
nothing.
up for the first time in
What
years.
the hell?
Screams? There was a burst of them. My whole body felt like it was on fire. I wanted to burst out of this
The
one.
investigator
Any
is
idea what
here.
caused this? It's your effing job to find out. Tell me how you escaped. You haven't tell me, investigator. I can't remember. I doubt he knows KHX. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Who F is that? Tell me about how you end up like this. What's the tell? A bored kid finds his calling, gets punished for it.
Got it.
That calling being illegally communicating with the gods and causing a demonic invasion? We all need a hobby, and now I'm here. Goodbye, sir. Oh, so yeah, there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on there. And I think we can ask the Grand Marshal about New Night. Let's see if we can.
Grand Marshall Akiko 14.
Yes, let's go ahead and ask. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago?
lie, Nenorochito.
Why wasn't he executed when he was arrested? He posed a threat to the island. Are you stupid? Demon wouldn't die with him. The demon would escape into the island. So why execute him at the end of the island? Why not let him blink out of existence with the old island? That's the way it is. Criminals get theirs. He's a victim. He didn't want the demon to possess him. What do you know? You sure he didn't invite the demon in? You got the seat by a god, don't forget that. Yeah, use my past against me, huh? There's nothing in your report about Henry seeing New Night during his escape. Babbling of a Labugi possessed by a demon. There's only one statue of New Night on the island, correct? Why does it matter?
Is this a
Where
fact?
is it? Why do you
I
care?
have a bad
Just
feeling
answer the
about
question.
this.
The statue is in the barracks. The goddess only gives her attention to soldiers.
Sure.
So how could Henry have seen it last night? He couldn't have. The barracks are secure. He's spouting gibberish to confuse you.
When love dies,
I'm just going
all
to
that
ask
remains
Akiko, did you
are the
take him through the
facts.
barracks last night? Are you out of your mind? Do you think I helped him escape? Nonsense. Goodbye. If Henry went through the headquarters to get to the council building, why didn't he show up on the HQ logs? The nightmare computer at the entrance at the headquarters didn't log Henry entering the headquarters. What is this? Probably a name I shouldn't.
Is this a fact?
The logs contradict your
Or
report.
fake?
What do you want me to say? I don't know how those things work. Maybe there was a malfunction. Maybe he found a way to slip past. Does that seem likely?
kill you.
Stop asking me to do your job. It doesn't seem likely. They're supposed to be tamper-proof. May your night be bright, and may you reach the moon. Because they're directly connected to the island, so it doesn't seem like that would have an end around. That being said, I'm not exactly a tech wizard. Alright, so go ahead and save our progress here. Oh, we can unlock fast travel,
Fast travel unlocked.
which is good. Alright, so go ahead and overwrite that.
Game saved.
And then let's fast travel
Downloads in the day.
probably back to the gardens, I would think.
Hey, LD.
How's the investigation going? It's progressing, going through my suspect
Come
list.
on, LD.
Am I on it? I guess I must be, right? We're all guilty until proven innocent when something like this happens, right? Well, again, people of Next Island, anything strange? I'm still in charge of getting the syndicate off this island and on to the next. Some of us got moved, but the rest are stuck here until you crack this thing.
Damn it, LD.
I've done it for 23 islands without a problem. Once the council began meditating, I started moving us. Get a call, do a pickup, go through the gates, on to the next island, repeat. The island feels bad, LD, so where can I take you? You can take me to the gardens. No worries, LD, let's go. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and try and find that gem for the ghost before we end the episode. So this is the park that they mentioned. We have a relic. Questionable donation obtained. I hear it, but where is it? Ah, in here.
Relic obtained.
Lurid Crimson Acid phone charm obtained. Thanks. But there's supposed to be a stone of some sort hanging out around here. Aha! Glistening stone obtained. So we are going to go ahead and get that back to the ghost.
Blood crystal obtained.
Okay, so we're up to 2 blood crystals. Let's go ahead and let this ghost get some peace. Should be able to just run up this way. Take the bridge over. Hello there. Have you found my stone? Yep, I think I have. Really? Can I see? Oh yes, that's it. I can't describe how this makes me feel. It's like we're together again. Please, you keep it. I can feel myself fading out of this world. I can't take the stone with me. When you hold it, I hope you find the happiness that it gave me. Yo, couldn't help spying on you. What do you want? You like that stone the spirit gave you? Not really. Gems aren't my thing. Fantastic. Want to sell it? Why do you want it? Gems that are tied to the suffering of others are one of my collections.
That's
One of?
weird.
Oh yeah, I also collect antiques from a planet populated by slug scholars. Also got a cabinet of calcified entrails, prayer reefs from the mad monks in the Venus labyrinths. So, want to sell 2 blood crystals, one-time offer. Alright, cool. Deal, hand over the crystals. Pleasure doing business with you.
Blood crystal obtained.
And he didn't go poof in our face this time. Alright, so we have Sam, Daybreak close by. Let's see, Grand Marshall, Yuri Knight. So there's a lot of places we can go still. I'm going to go ahead and save here as well, because I need to end the episode. We're coming up on my time limit. I don't want these to go any more than a half hour, although that would make things probably go a lot quicker.
Game saved.
So in the next episode, I'm going to decide what I want to do next. I need to get more blood crystals, so maybe what I'll do is I will go around the island, get as many blood crystals as I can get, and then we'll continue the investigation. But I'm not really sure about that. So until the next episode, everyone, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye for now. K-Dub here. Did you like the content? Go ahead and hit the like button. And would you like updates on uploads that I make in the future? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hey, you can even hit the bell, and it will give you those notifications. Thank you for your time. Take care.